Welcome to the MudTech stage at the 2014 NGWA Expo. Welcoming Richard Layton. Richard, welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Now you are here because you're a double winner. So let me get your bio in here. Stealing from the great program that you get here at the Expo. You are from Cal State Fullerton. You're going to receive the 2014 Keith E. Anderson Award. That's presented by the NGWA Scientists and Engineers Division in recognition of outstanding contributions to the association. But you will also going to be awarded the prestigious Oliver Award. The Ross L. Oliver Award is presented to a member who has made outstanding contributions to the groundwater industry. When it comes to both awards, what are your thoughts when you found out that you had won both of those awards?
Surprised. The Keith Anderson Award is for dedication and service to the industry, or to the NGWA. And I've certainly served on boards and been actively a member for nearly 20 years just in the association as an active member. And so it kind of seems like I'm old.
No way.
Yeah. The Oliver Award was for contributions to the industry as a whole, and that one really took me by surprise. As an academic and teaching and trying to tutor students and try to make them learn as much about groundwater so they can go in the industry and all avenues and facets of the industry has been fun and challenging at times and very rewarding. But it's surprising that that people thought highly enough of me that I've given enough back to the industry as a whole, because there's certainly I'm following people with their large shoes that somehow don't think my shoe size is quite that big.
Right. And in talking to you, it sounds as though your experience in this industry really has covered the gamut. You're some pretty humble beginnings to what you're doing now.
Yeah, I started out as an oceanographer from St. Cloud, Minnesota, which you can't get far enough away from an ocean, so how I got an oceanography degree, who knows. And I found my way to Western Michigan University, and because they had a small little project due in Lake Michigan. So within the first week there, I sunk their boat, the only boat the university had.
Good start.
Yeah, so they took me over and said, you know what, you're not seafaring material here, so why don't we take you out and we have a drilling rig, and why don't you come along and see what we're doing? And I didn't even know what groundwater was at that time. And so I went out with them, and they said, you know what, you're getting the hang of this drilling thing pretty good. Why don't you become our driller for the next 7 or 8 years? So I became a driller for the university. I was drilling hollow stem auger and mud rotary, a little direct push, and really got to understand hydrogeology by feeling and talking to the drilling rig, believe it or not. And so that's how I started, was actually drilling and trying to keep all 10 fingers from being severed. Then when I got done with my doctorate degree, I went and worked in the manufacturer and supplier side of things. I made and worked with a group that manufactured specialized sampling equipment, and so I've worked on the manufacturer supplier side of NGWA, and then ultimately left that and become an academic. And at the same time as being an academic, I did a lot of consulting and worked with the consulting groups, and still actually own a small consulting company now. So I've worked in every division within NGWA, and what makes NGWA so special from association is it's the only association in the world that I've ever recognized that covers every aspect of a single topic.
Yeah. Well, we congratulations on the awards, and look forward to seeing you around here. This is always a special time to get together, the Expo and this convention, isn't it?
It absolutely is. I mean, I have friends that I see year after year after year, and we may not talk the rest of the year, but you see them at the end of the hallway, and you just run up to them and shake their hand and see how their family's been. It is a great time to get together and a great time to learn and share new experiences, because every year someone's learning something new. And as I tell my students, every time you dig a hole, it's different than the last hole you did.
Right, yeah. Well, congratulations. Look forward to seeing you around here at the 2014 NGWA Expo.
Thank you.
I'm Peter Gravatt, Director of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's Office of Groundwater and Drinking Water. This month marks the 40th anniversary of the Safe Drinking Water Act, and it's an important time to celebrate our tremendous accomplishments and take stock of the challenges ahead. Before the Safe Drinking Water Act, we lacked the resources and tools to adequately protect the nation's drinking water. Sewage and chemicals were openly discarded into the nation's water, impacting not only surface water but groundwater quality as well. We regulated only 28 substances in drinking water, and 40% of the water systems failed to meet those standards. Half of drinking water systems had major deficiencies in disinfection, clarification, or pressurization in the system. Today, the U.S. enjoys the finest public drinking water system in the world. 290 million Americans are served by public water supplies, and Americans drink over 1 billion glasses of water a day from those systems. There are federal regulations for over 90 substances in drinking water, and over 93% of systems meet those standards every day of the year. And through the Drinking Water State Revolving Loan Fund, we've invested over $28 billion in more than 10,000 projects to improve drinking water. This great progress is due to the great work of water professionals at the local, state, and federal levels, including the members of organizations like the National Groundwater Association. And groundwater is a tremendously important resource to the nation. Over 100 million Americans rely on groundwater for their drinking water supply. And significant challenges remain. This year alone, we've seen drinking water emergencies in the cities of Charleston and Toledo due to source water contamination from chemicals and harmful algal blooms. In Charleston, the water was shut down for 5 days at an estimated cost to the state of over $70 million. Toledo was impacted by a major harmful algal bloom fed by nutrients entering Lake Erie from throughout the watershed. These events point to the tremendous importance of source water protection, both for surface water as well as groundwater supplies. We are also seeing significant challenges from extreme weather events such as Hurricane Katrina and Superstorm Sandy on the coasts, and Tropical Storm Irene and the 1,000-year storm that impacted Boulder, Colorado in 2013, as well as the historic droughts that we're seeing in Texas, Oklahoma, California, and many other parts of the country. At EPA, we're working with states, communities, and the water sector to prepare to meet these challenges. And groundwater resources will play an important role in this effort, whether through aquifer storage and recovery projects or drinking water replenishment projects we see in Florida, Texas, California, and communities all across the United States. It's an important time to celebrate our tremendous accomplishments under the Safe Drinking Water Act and to redouble our efforts to meet the challenges ahead. At EPA, we look forward to working with partners across the water sector like the National Groundwater Association, and I thank each of you for all the important work you do every day to provide safe drinking water to the American people.
Pleased to welcome here at the 2014 NGWA Expo and the MudTech stage, Ron Peterson. Good to see you again, sir.
Good to be here.
Now, last year we spoke with you here on Groundwater TV as a recipient of the prestigious Oliver Award. This year you're here to talk about the McElhaney Lecture. An honor, another honor to be the one to give that lecture?
Very much an honor, and I'm grateful to the McElhaney Committee for offering it to me, and to the National Groundwater for supporting it, and to Halliburton for allowing me to take the time to make the commitment and to follow through with doing the lecture. It will take up a lot of time. We have 28 lectures scheduled throughout next year at this time.
So 28 lectures all across the United States?
All across the United States and in Adelaide, South Australia, and Valencia, Spain, and of course there are 3 in Canada.
Right, you've got a busy year ahead of you. Now, the lecture is also going to be taking place today from 3:30 to 5 in N101 and 102. It's called Drilling Fluids, a Common Sense Approach. Just give us a little bit of taste of what we can expect.
When they came to me, they told me that they did not want a standard drilling fluids talk. And I concurred with that. You can find those kinds of talks all over the place. All of the vendors have 1, 2, 4, 1 day, 4 day, 5 day presentations that they will put on for you to teach you the specific details of any aspect of drilling fluids. So what we're going to do, and they asked me to talk a little bit about the history of drilling, which I'm going to do, a little bit about the history of bentonite as a drilling fluid additive. I'm going to do that, a little bit about polymers, and a little bit about grouts, and then I'm just going to talk about using a common sense approach in everything from deciding where the well is going to be to how it's going to be drilled and how it's going to be completed.
Again, that talk will take place, the McElhaney Lecture, and the kickoff presentation is going to be from 3:30 to 5 p.m. That's in 101 and 102 right here on the first floor of the Las Vegas Convention Center. Mr. Peterson, good to see you again.
Good to be here.
And thanks so much. Look for that talk, Drilling Fluids, a Common Sense Approach, later today, right here at the 2014 NGWA Expo.
Did you know every NGWA member, including you, is eligible to serve as a board director?
The offer came for me to run for the NGWA board, and I just stepped on forward and did it. It was an opportunity that may not ever come again.
Being an NGWA board director is a rewarding experience that comes with certain responsibilities, such as understanding NGWA's mission, vision, and policies, serving on committees and assignments, staying current on the industry, and assisting in the financial oversight that keeps NGWA healthy and growing. You will also be asked to give some of your personal time during monthly teleconference calls and in person just twice a year, including board meetings that happen during the Groundwater Expo.
For me, the decision was easy. It can be fun, it can be difficult. They certainly expect you to be on your game, and as well you should be. I mean, it is the National Groundwater Association after all.
You can't buy a seat on an NGWA board and you won't receive a salary. However, you will be reimbursed for any expenses related to your board service. NGWA also promises to provide all the support and tools you'll need to be a successful director, and if you are asked to travel on the association's behalf, NGWA will make all efforts not to overburden you.
I would encourage everybody to consider serving the National Groundwater Association. There is a little bit of work in it. There's some committee calls and some reading material and things that keep you up to speed on what's going on with the association, but you'll find that there's a lot of good people working here, a lot of dedicated people here that can help you out. Serving on the board is a great way to give back.
Please consider being an NGWA director by donating your time, experience, knowledge, and insight. Do it for your association, for your profession, and for yourself. Become a candidate for board service today. To learn more, ask any current director, past president, or any staff professional. They'll each be glad to hear from you.
We are pleased to welcome here at the 2014 Groundwater Expo to the MudTech stage, Chris Jackson. Chris is getting special recognition award in the Manufacturers Division Good to see you, Chris.
Well, good to be here.
A little bit of background on this award. It's given by the NGWA Manufacturers Division. It's an honor to honor an individual's accomplishments in the groundwater manufacturing industry, including but not limited to industry improvements, special education contributions, and patents and technology. When you found out that you were the winner of this award, kind of how did that make you feel? What were your thoughts?
Pretty good. I was excited, a little bit shocked, but there's a lot of people in this industry, and I got a lot of friends I've made over the course of the years.
Right.
And somewhat surprised, but really appreciative.
Yeah. You have many years invested in this industry, don't you? About how far back do you go here?
I started in May of '73, so I've working on over 40 years in the industry.
Right. And kind of give us an idea what you've seen changes from the manufacturer's side of this industry over those 40 years.
Well, I think when I first started, the territory sizes were relatively small because we didn't have the technology that we have today. So you would have a territory that might be portions of a couple states, and now it's not uncommon to cover a half a dozen states, so that you don't get down to the dealer level and see the dealers. We used to have a lot of relationships in smaller territories. You could see the dealers all the time, and we would know where all the pay phones were. We would there was voicemails, cell phones weren't
Right.
in existence, and there were, so technology has just enabled us to cover greater areas.
All right. And what can you say about this industry? It seems like whenever the expo takes place every year, it's many renewed friendships and folks who have worked together for a long time. This seems to be a unique industry in that respect.
It is. It almost seems that once you get in this industry, you get in it. If you've been in it for 2 or 3 years, chances are good that you're going to stay. You establish a lot of friends. You've got competitors, but it's a friendly industry. A lot of friends are made in this industry.
Well, congratulations, Chris Jackson, winner of the Manufacturers Division Special Recognition Award. Congratulations once again here from the 2014 NGWA Expo.
Thank you very much.
While the United States was deeply engaged in the war on terror, a group of Nevada civilian leaders formed an organization to provide financial support to the families of fallen Nevada warriors overseas. Nevada has lost 57 heroes in uniform on the battlefield, and we have provided immediate support for every family who would accept it. More than $500,000 in total, with no questions asked. As international events evolved, so have our efforts in Nevada. Today, the Nevada Military Support Alliance stands strong with a mission to organize and promote the recognition, support, and appreciation of Nevada's men and women of our armed forces, veterans, and their families. In addition to our payments directly to families, we have also distributed more than $1 million to these projects. Our most aggressive project to date is the capital funding for a Fisher House on the grounds of the new Southern Nevada VA Medical Center in Las Vegas. The NMSA has committed to raising $3 million to fulfill Nevada's local commitment to the Fisher House Foundation, with groundbreaking expected in 2015. As the only state with a major military base and medical center without a Fisher House, Nevada is excited to be able to care for our military and veteran families undergoing treatment. Make no mistake, our goal is to help Nevada become the most veteran-friendly state in the country, and the NMSA a beacon of best practices for military-oriented nonprofits everywhere.
On the floor of the 2014 Groundwater Expo with some of our favorite folks, our friend from Mud Technology, Beth Ann Miller. How are you?
I'm great, David. How are you?
Doing very well. Good to see you once again. And a couple of things that you all do every year that I think helps you stand out. You always have fantastic equipment, and it just seems like there's something special about the people that you bring on board, your team members.
Our team members are like our family. Without them, it wouldn't be great equipment. They take great pride in not only made in America, but made where it's going to hold up for the customer, and it's going to be there for many years for them to use.
Yeah, quality, integrity means a great deal to you. I'm going to go meet some of your folks here that you brought with you that whenever you come and visit the booth, you're going to get to meet as well, one of which is Megan. Megan, good to see you.
Good to see you. How are you?
Doing very well. Now, from your perspective, what is it that really stands out about Mud Technology?
Our parts department, we understand that time is money, and when our customers are down, we take that very seriously. Any make or model, we'll get you your part and get it out as fast as we can.
You guys do a great job. Do a great job every year. Be sure and see Megan. She's going to be here in booth 857. You're also going to get to meet David. David, tell me from your perspective. Now, your role with the company is what?
I'm an electrician.
All right, you're an electrician. So tell us about the RST 990. What makes this piece of machinery so special?
Okay, well, this machine, well, as the name suggests, 990 has a 990-gallon tank capacity.
Right.
It's powered by IAC electrical contactors for motor control, driven by a 30 kW gen set. It offers all of our standard features, integrated stack table. We've moved on over to LED lights on the marker and the tail lights,
Right.
so they're a lot more dependable. It's basically a lot of power in a small package for your drilling needs.
And you'll be here all week as well. Come meet David here again at the Mud Technology, their booth right here on the floor of the Groundwater Expo. I want to bring Beth Ann back in once again, because in addition to you having great equipment and great team members, you really are a forward-thinking company, aren't you?
We are. When we continue to look towards the future, global sustainability and everybody doing their part to protect our planet is so important, and that is a thing that we hold very close to our heart, and we'll continue to move in that direction, protect our planet for future generations.
That's right, a hallmark of this great company, Mud Technology. Be sure and visit them right here at this year's 2014 Groundwater Expo. Here on the floor of the 2014 Groundwater Expo with Scott Staten, Director of Portfolio Management for Franklin Electric. And tell us what you got right here. What are we looking at?
What we're looking at is a new product we've got, we just released here in 2014 in November. This is our new subdrive. We've had a subdrive product, provides constant pressure to the home via a well pump in the ground. And we've had this product for quite a few years, but this is a brand new version, completely updated for 2015, really, for the full year. We're introducing it at NGWA here at the show. Got a lot of new features. We've completely redesigned the interior of it. A lot of things have changed over the last 10 years with components, electronic capabilities inside the drive. One of the coolest things, though, of this product for this year is we have a new app that connects to the drive. It connects wirelessly. So not only can we still set up the unit just like we have in the past, an installer easily plug and play this unit on the wall, matched with one of our products in the ground, can be set up with the dip switches. But now, if they're up with the technology, they've got an iPhone or an Android phone, download the app, connect right to the product. You see it flashing right there. And that'll allow you to connect right to the drive, and you have all your settings built right into it, overload settings, underload settings. What's even better, I don't have it connected right now, but you can actually see, and we can show this later, actually. But you can see the RPM of the pump, the frequency it's running, so an installer gets real-time feedback right there with the drive and on your iPhone. And it's actually got basically a Megger or a multimeter built right into it as well. You can see the input and output.
That's an awesome display. Be sure and check out Franklin Electric. You'll see them right here on the ground floor of the 2014 Groundwater Expo.